Bonjour, and welcome to the Anishnaabe History Podcast. I'm Chris Waite. In northwestern Ontario is a place called Kakabeka Falls. The Kaministiquia River flows over a cataract, which is a cascade over a steep rock cliff face, or Kakabeka in the Ojibway language, to create waterfalls. Around 9,000 years ago, someone spent time on the shores of the Kaministiquia River flint-knapping jasper taconite into a biface stone tool. 9,000 years ago was after the Ice Age. The continental glacial ice sheets had been in retreat by this time already for a few thousand years. Formerly separated water bodies could now link up in the absence of ice. Lake Agassiz's water flowed through the Nipigon River Basin into the Lake Superior Basin. Water from the west, where Whitefish Lake now exists, eventually connected to the Superior Basin to create Lake Minong, which had its beginnings about 11,400 years ago. Eastern and western basins of Lake Superior merged when the last ice sheet in the region retreated northward around 10,600 years ago. It was then that Lake Minong became a larger body of water with a surface level many meters higher above sea level than Lake Superior is today. This means that archaeological sites of people who lived on the shores of Lake Minong would now be found up on hills and far from today's shores. By 8,500 years ago, the drainage waters of Lake Agassiz drifted eastwards, leaving Lake Minong to settle eventually into today's Lake Superior. What was life like for people on the shores of Lake Minong 9,000 years ago? Direct evidence for the harvesting of cold lake fish like ling, pike, and trout, as well as terrestrial animals such as lynx, caribou, beaver, and possibly bison, indicate a varied diet, capable harvesting strategies, as well as evidence for abundant food and clothing sources. Core samples from sites near Thunder Bay have revealed pollen from 10,780 years ago. Long-distance trade and gift-giving occurred. Many of the stone types for the tools found on the shores of Lake Minong came from many hundreds of kilometers away. Copper from Isle Royale has been found in archaeological sites located over 1,800 kilometers away off the coast of Georgia and dated to about 4,000 years ago. Copper mining on Isle Royale began thousands of years before that. Leftovers from copper mining there have been found by archaeologists and dated to be at least 6,000 years old. In the southern region of North America, where Georgia, Virginia, and the Carolinas now exist, there is a long history of human inhabitation. One of the earliest known archaeological sites in that region is Topper, South Carolina, where a stone tool has a generally accepted date of about 16,000 years old. It could be as much as 20,000 years old. The older the dates get, the more controversial they become. Perhaps it is important to recall that fossilized footprints were found in New Mexico dated to 23,000 years ago. That's all for today's episode. Stay tuned for more episodes in the future. I'm Chris Waite, and this has been the Anishnaabe History Podcast.